So I just got to the expo center for my packet pickup. I kind of wish I would have waited until tomorrow to get it, because it's like, I did this last time with my 5K. I went 2 days before, I think, and I was so scared and so nervous, and it ended up just being like here you go. But this is like a whole expo, so I really wanted to go. And this is a pretty big event. There's like a half marathon, there's a full marathon, there's the 5K, and then a 10K. I'm doing the 10K. Not ready for the half yet. I had actually considered doing their half marathon, but I wanted to give myself an extra 2 weeks of training before I did that. I just had an energy drink though, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I should be drinking my water. But anyway, I just got here and it is super busy, but that's okay. It looks cute. I'm excited. They said they have like shops up and stuff. I'm hoping they have gels here. Otherwise, I'm gonna go to Shields and look at some after for my 11 mile on Sunday. I'm not gonna need one tomorrow because I know I'll be fine. I've noticed that I can't get my fueling down mid-run, and I know that that's a super common thing based on the content that I've watched, but I really want to nail it before my half in like 2 weeks. I keep forgetting it's in like 2 weeks, but all of the creators that I've been watching who do like marathons and things like that are like so helpful, and they have it down and I don't. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of treating this as like a practice race though, so I might honestly, if I can find the gels, I might take one mid-run tomorrow just to see how it works with my stomach. I feel like that's a really good idea, just because I want to do really well at this race, and I don't know, I'm also packing in an 11 mile the day after, so we'll see. I feel so cringy right now. I feel so cringy. Whatever. I'm doing this for me and nobody else. I don't know if I'm just a little bit manic right now because of all the excitement and whatnot, but I found a full marathon in April next year that I'm kind of thinking about doing. I haven't decided. I'm gonna see how this half goes before I do anything, because if I can't do that, then there's no way I'm gonna be able to do a full. So I just feel like serious imposter syndrome right now, and I'm trying to not be down on myself, because this is still something to accomplish and this is exciting and all of that. So tomorrow's plan, I'm leaving at like 7:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna try to get up around 6, make some oatmeal or something, just because like I'm treating this like a pre-half practice, if you catch my drift. So I'm not carb loading tonight, but I am gonna have an extra serving of carbs just to top off my glycogen, and it might be hot tomorrow. I am not sure. I think I'll only be running for, I'm gonna be generous and say an hour 10. That's my estimate for tomorrow. I'd love to get an hour. I would love that. That would be so cool, but I don't think I will do that. I don't think I can. I am very slow. And my sister-in-law is coming with me, and I'm so excited because she's been my running buddy since mile 5 of long runs. So this is gonna be good. I don't know if I want to be cringy and record in there, but I also kind of want to like document this whole thing as a practice run for, what's it called? My half marathon. And there's people staring at me, so I'm gonna head in. That was crazy. There was so many people. Glad I got here when I did. So let's go through some things. I didn't know it was gonna be custom. It says my name. How cute is that? I honestly felt like such an imposter in there though, because this is like a whole like thing. Like this is a whole weekend thing. So there were marathoners, half marathoners, 10K, 5K people everywhere. And I was like getting excited at every little thing I saw, and I saw people getting like looking at me funny. We'll just call it what it is. They were looking at me funny. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So I got a goodie bag. They gave me a goodie bag. How fun is that? But one of the things I got, so normally when I run, I use these, but they're just my everyday sunglasses, and I'm kind of sick of them getting gross. So I got these. I really like them, and they were only $12, and that's kind of a steal for sunglasses, honestly. And they came with a cute little pink bag. We love pink. This is a goodie bag. I don't know what's in here, but I'll show you what I got for fuel. Not that I'm gonna need it tomorrow, but like I said, I'm using this as a practice run for my half. So I got this goo gel. I wanted to try one of the ones that is a little thicker and like, what is the word I'm looking for? Not sweet flavor, because they're all sweet. Like dessert flavor. And then I also got gels. Chews. No, okay, this is the gel. These are the chews. I know what's what. Don't ask. I did really well with the Cliff Blocks salted watermelon, so hopefully these are good too. We'll see. So I wanted to get one that was like dessert-y and one that might, I feel like this one's gonna go a little better, but I want to try this. So that's what I bought. Oops. Now I am gonna wait to show off my shirt. So we have a first aid kit in our goodie bag, a little keychain. I'm guessing these are sponsors of the race. I'm not sure. 2 pens. Love that. Some hand sanitizer. Also love that. Amazing. A lanyard from the army. Cute. Stop it. Wait a minute. There's coupons in here? There's coupons! Okay, so I did see all of these vendors, but I didn't really stop at any because I had already spent 20 bucks. So, oh my gosh, free sub. Huh. Okay, wait. Buy a sub, get a sub free. Not as cool, but whatever. Sports injury, free evaluation. Might need that. Soul Burner Run Walk. Just looks like an ad. Free chicken tendies. Okay, they're actually free too. Love that. Sweet. Okay, another ad for Run Walk. Freddy's coupons. Free. Oh. Okay, so free concrete with purchase. I'm doing this! Turkey trot. Caribou coffee, never heard of that. Free small beverage with purchase of lunch thing. And then a PAC calendar. So, okay, not bad, not bad. I am most excited about these 10 days though. I love a chicken tender. Love chicken tender. Guest pass for Pickleball Kingdom. That actually sounds kind of fun though, not gonna lie. Yeah, so that's the goodie bag. See if I missed anything. And now, I haven't seen the shirt yet. Okay, here she is. I actually like the color. My last one, it was yellow and I didn't love it. So I'm actually pretty pumped about that. That's cool. The lanyard's cool. Pens, love a good pen. First aid kit. awesome. Yeah, that went very well. Like I said, I felt like a total imposter, but I think everyone kind of feels that way, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm just not. I'm gonna show up and do my race, and I'm gonna run my race, and I'm gonna run the mile I'm in. I get a little sad. I wish my running buddy had been with me. That would have been fun, but I totally get it. And I'm glad I came because I wanted gels and I would get gels. So even if I just drove 30 minutes to get gels, at least I got them. And I got the experience of a race expo, which I've never gotten. What I cannot get over though is the fact that it says my name. That's just, I love that. My 5K didn't have that. And then they did a chip check. I'm assuming what's in here is just pins, hopefully. I'm probably gonna leave that in my car and not lose it. I'm not gonna wear the shirt while I run though, because I made that mistake last time and it got really gross. It was also 95 degrees because it was on the 4th of July. It was so hot and I was sweating, and I feel like I've grown so much since my first race. I had my bladder bag and like the rope thing around me. I had big ol' headphones on and my OnCloud training shoes, which we have Hoka's now, don't worry. But they're good shoes, don't get me wrong, but they were not made for racing and running long distances. And I learned that quite quickly. It was like, I think I got my 5-mile run in and it was like, absolutely not. Nope, I need something else. So now I use, I think, Clifton 10s, and I really like them. They're like running on, I'm just taking in everything. Anyway, so they're like running on a freaking cloud. Speaking of clouds. So I think I'm gonna save that shirt for after, and then we're going out for ice cream because this is still an accomplishment, even if it's not my main accomplishment this year. This is still amazing, and I can't believe I'm here. I feel like the lead up to the race, I forgot about all this. Like, it's been so long since I did my first race that I forgot about all the excitement that comes right before, and then now I'm remembering the pit in my stomach that I had right before I started running when I was just standing in the line. And I'm picturing myself standing there at that 5K with my little bladder bag and my headphones, and I had no idea what I was doing. I had the silliest socks on. It's a little bit nostalgic. I'm not, like, I can't lie. I haven't decided. So I got a new vest too because my old one was, I think it was made for more like hiking type of thing. It's huge. So I ended up, after that 5K, I took the bladder out. It's actually still in here. I'm looking right at it. I took it out and I just started using soft flasks in the front, but it is way too big on me, so when I run, it's just whoosh, whoosh, the whole time. It's not cute. And where was I going with that? It's way too big and it chafes really bad on my collarbones and my neck, so I get like hickey looking things on me, and I'm 23 years old. I don't want to look like I have hickeys all over my neck. So now I have a Walmart pickup actually that I have to go do a Walmart pickup. Good morning. I don't have a ton of time. I just downed a bagel with some peanut butter and half a banana. I have to leave in like 15 minutes, and I had a blister on my foot, and I am traumatized from blisters because when I was 19, I started working out and I got this blister, and the blister became infected, and the blister led to sepsis. So I'm a little bit traumatized from blisters, and I had decided that I'm not gonna let that happen today. So I got up and I got this. Let's see. And then I'm not gonna have time to come home and change after, because we're going to ice cream after. So I grabbed this, and then I don't have time for this, but it's spooky season, so I had to. I'm only gonna have half of this, I think, because I've been up since 5, and I am pretty tired. But I'm worried that the caffeine I drink before I run is what's hurting my stomach. So I'm only gonna have half, and if I'm a little tired, I'm a little tired. Hopefully the adrenaline is just there and encourage me through. My sister-in-law is gonna be at my house in like 15 minutes, and I just got done at Walmart. It sucks. I did a Walmart pickup last night already, and like every time I come here, it ends up being at least $20. Okay, so that's what I have right now. Tuesday, I am a little bit like detached from the idea that I'm running 6 miles in less than 2 hours. Just a little bit detached. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't feel like it's happening, because I'm just running around making sure my daughter's ready, making sure my husband has what he needs, all of that. So we're just a little bit like, I think I'm just running off adrenaline and go right now. I also have to try to use the bathroom, if you catch my drift, because I couldn't this morning, and it seems like this happens a lot to me, and then I start running and all hell breaks loose, and I really don't want that to happen. I really want to do well. So I'm gonna jump off now and try to relax.
Official race time is 8:30.
Hello. So we are a few hours post-race. It was incredible. I think that is my favorite run to date. That was absolutely incredible. I've showered, I've had, the first thing I consumed was an energy drink and Cold Stone, but it was so good. I don't usually indulge in what I actually want when I get ice cream. I usually just get like vanilla and call it good. But I got a, I don't know what it's called. Cold Stone has super weird flavors, but I got a double Oreo thing. It had golden Oreos and real Oreos and whipped cream in it, in cake batter ice cream. That was amazing. And then yeah, so we went out for ice cream, we took a bunch of pictures, but the race, that's what really matters here. I placed 93 out of 297 women, and about, I think it was 284th out of 400 and something. So I actually did a lot better than I expected. I had a goal time of an hour and like 10 minutes or something, and I got done in an hour 5. I am not fast, but I felt like I was flying. Like I didn't have earbuds in. My sister-in-law was with me. We barely talked, and usually those two things are scary for me, but I just fought demons that whole time. I'm a little bit in shock, because normally, like, after a 6-mile run, if I do one, I'm like, meh, okay. But that was just so good. That was so good. And, like, I forgot about the race day atmosphere. And last time, I feel like I didn't soak it in enough because I had my headphones on and it was my first time. And I was just kind of going through the motions and trying to figure out what I was doing. But that environment was so electric, and there was people with cowbells cheering you on. There was a little girl who paced me the entire time. Like, she didn't pace me on purpose, but she was like I was so impressed. She ran that whole 6 miles. She had to have been like 8, and she had like a little phone with her. She had her earbuds in. She was just going, and I was like, girl, okay, life goals. Like, the fact that an 8-year-old was running at my pace was a little humbling, but the beginning was definitely humbling for sure, because there was people like just flying past me. My first mile was 11:05, and then after that it just gradually improved, and then my last 0.2 was 9:35 pace. So that would have been a crazy mile, but there was no, I don't think I could have held that pace for a full mile. My last full mile was a 10:21 pace, so I really pushed it this time, like really pushed myself. My average pace for the whole race was, that's cute, it rhymed. My average pace for the whole thing was, I think, 10:31. My first race, my average was, I want to say 13:31, something like that. I don't know. I can't wait to see all the pictures, and right now I'm just in my car. I've showered, I've had ice cream. Okay, normally ingesting like a sweet treat right after I run isn't my favorite, but for some reason it just was so perfect. It was like the perfect day, and I'm a little sad that it's over, but I have my half in about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I think. So that's gonna be crazy work. Definitely not gonna fly at a 10:31 pace the entire time. And I have my 11-mile long run tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know what I'm at for steps right now, but so my husband brought the baby and found us right away, and then I didn't see my mom until after, and I just kind of needed like quiet time after, because there was a lot going on. There was a whole thing. There was like a PR bell, and they didn't have that at the 5K I did. So the whole environment was amazing. They had like snack tables, and it was sponsored by a lot of huge companies in my city, or my state, really. This was a huge event, but anyway, I digress. I just needed like decompression time, and I knew I probably wouldn't get that with my daughter screaming. And it ended up that my dad needed a ride home, so my husband took him home and then met us for ice cream. But my mom's car was over a mile away. And I know that, like, I can run 10 miles, so I could certainly walk a mile after running 6.2, but I was a little dead when I got back to the car. So I am at 18,110 steps. And I have to run to Target and do some returns, because I got 2 different pairs of shorts to wear for today, and I didn't wear either of them. So I'm just gonna return them. I don't need them. I'm learning now that I'm kind of an over consumer, hyper consumer. Like, once in a while I get phases where I need it all, and I don't need these. I really don't. I'm not sure if this is the best thing to drink, but the first thing I put in my body was Cold Stone and an energy drink, so gotta be better than nothing. I realized after the fact that my husband took my water, and I left my water bottle. My sister-in-law took us there, and then I left my water bottle in her car. I was seeing her tomorrow, so it's not a huge deal, but I didn't have any water, and I could have very easily gotten some, but I didn't, and that wasn't very smart, because I was flying. That felt so good. I didn't have to take a single walking break. And I usually do. Like, I usually have to stop and walk at least once, and I didn't have to. I don't know if it was the extra carbs I had yesterday or what, but I can't tell you how good that went. And I need to keep it in the right place because I don't want tomorrow to come and I'm probably gonna be a little sore. And I don't wanna like be upset with myself if tomorrow doesn't go as well as this went. I know like maybe eating the ice cream wasn't the best idea, but I wanted, like, how often do you get post-race ice cream? Not often. And I'm also getting ice cream tomorrow. So I'll probably not get an Oreo overload ice cream, or at least get a small, because I did not get a small. I got a medium because I could. But I don't think that was the first thing I should have put in my body. I probably should have had like a protein bar or something first. That's okay. I'm gonna have chicken and rice for dinner, I think. And then tomorrow's date night. So we're gonna get pizza. Not my best eating weekend, but balance, right? I eat mostly Whole Foods. Mostly. Not lately. I've been a little like less strict lately, and I've been in a much better mood and I feel better. So Oreos and not feeling like shit, no Oreos and feeling like shit. Pick your poison. I'm gonna pick the Oreos, I think, in moderation. It did make my tummy hurt a little though. I am very lactose intolerant and I ignore it. And this morning oh yeah, so my GI issues that come from running, I was able to go 2 times before we started running, and I also had to pee at the start line. And they told us there's a porta potty on mile 4, and I was like, okay, cool, I can make it that far. So we get to mile 4 and there's no porta potty. And I was like, if I stop now, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pick this pace back up. So if it's mile 5 that there's a bathroom, I'm not stopping. I'm just gonna keep going. Unless I'm like, I had kind of decided at that point, if I had an accident, I was already covered in sweat and we would just figure it out after. I did not have an accident. I made it to the bathroom. Everything was fine. But I have no shame after what happened last week in the woods. None. No shame left. No. I had to do what I had to do in those woods that day, and it taught me a very valuable lesson. So I'm gonna go now and soak this all up. I'm not tired yet. I think it's because I haven't built the endurance. And that was one thing I actually did notice, was people were starting off like flying, and then at the end they were starting to struggle. And I think I did it pretty well, where I paced my first mile at a higher speed than normal, but I then continued to build up to the last mile, if that makes sense. I think that's where I actually did really well. And then at the final stretch, my sister-in-law was like, you ready? And I was like, what? And she goes, you ready? And I was like, for what? She goes, we're gonna go. And I was like, you can go, it's okay. Because I told her, like, you don't have to, if you want to go ahead of me, that's fine. I know I'm kind of slow. And she's like, no, we're doing this together. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, if you want to go ahead, go. And she goes, no, you're coming with me. And I was like, I am? Yeah, let's go. And I was like, okay. So we start weaving through people and we're flying, and I don't look at my watch. I'm like, I can't, no, just go. I didn't look at my watch probably the entire time because I was just so hyper focused, and I need to just I don't want to treat every run like that though. Although it was so much fun, not every run is going to be like that, and I hope I don't compare every run to that. I think it was just the atmosphere and proper nutrition. It's weird because I barely slept yesterday though. I hardly slept. I got like 5 hours of sleep because I was so anxious and it was storming and I was worried that it was gonna get rained out or something, but it didn't. So now I'm actually gonna go because I want to see if any of my photos came in. We finished. How happy.